Crick Buzz at Stumps. Adam Collins and Harsha Bhogle. India have won the test match in 17 balls this morning, or 10 minutes if you're playing the game of how long this would last for. But we're here to talk about the test in full, and mostly, Harsha, to look at probably England's failings. It's been glossed over to an extent, just how poorly they played relative to the way they came out at Lords. India did put that pressure on them, but from the very get-go when England sent India in, it was set against them, wasn't it?
One of the reasons I was optimistic about India in this series before the series started was that England did present problems to the opposition. But how do you say that when England are 2-0 up? But those problems have all come back now. Alistair Cook is not the player that he was. Alistair Cook has carried England's batting for so many years. He's not the player that he was. So now I suspect England selectors are already thinking, oops, we were looking for one opener, now we've got to start looking for two. Johnny Bairstow, how good a player has he been for England? And I don't know whether he can bat. He certainly will not keep. That's okay, they've got Josh Buttler to keep. But the problems with his finger are a terrible issue for England. I think the deeper issue is, I'm looking at Joe Root, and it didn't look to me that this was a captain who was leading his side to a potential 3-0 series win. He's looking weighed under. I don't know whether it's a fact that Anderson, Broad, Stokes, these are powerful personalities with minds of their own, but I get the feeling that the Indian captain is more captain than Joe Root. So these are the issues England have got to resolve, but they've got a few pluses with the bowling and Butler and Stokes. Yeah,
it felt like it would have belied the nature of the problems in the England team structurally had they gone up 3-0 in this series. By contrast, Ravi Shastri this afternoon rather, saying, this morning even, it was only this morning, saying that it's the best win he's seen under his tutelage away from home. That says a lot, doesn't it? It's the best win he's ever had in charge of this side.
Ravi is good at bluster and he's bullish, but he'll be very, very satisfied with this because you've come back from 2-0 down. This was the series. I mean, they were good in South Africa, but they started from behind. It was only a 3-test series. But this is an opportunity that he sees. South Africa, England, Australia, traditionally the countries India have been weak in. So to come back from 2-0 down and win and tell the opposition, you've got more problems than us, even though it's you who's leading 2-1, I can understand why he's saying what he is.
Yeah, after the last test, we spoke about the mental fragility of the Indian batting lineup. Ravi said to us in the media conference that it was about clearing their minds and letting themselves bat ugly. And really, that's what they did, especially in that third innings when they batted England out of the game. They were willing to occupy the crease for a long period of time and just not get out, and that's certainly something they reap the rewards of later.
Ravi's never one for being negative. Ravi is always good, this booming voice and large personality, always saying, come on guys, let's go and do it. But I also thought there were a few tactical issues with England that India exploited. For example, putting India in. I think they played on what they perceived to be weaknesses of India, saying, we've got Anderson and Broad in form, we've got their number, come on, let's put them in and pick up 3-4 and then go ahead. So the moment India put on those 250-plus partnerships, it just created a base for everybody else, and I think that is where England started to go a little downhill.
England have a remarkable habit of bouncing back after tough losses, but let's look at the broader history of this. No sides came back from 2-0 down to win a series since 1936-37, Bradman's side against England, but it just kind of feels like there's something in the water at the moment that India have got their mojo back.
There's two ways of looking at that number from 1936. One is it illustrates why it is so difficult to come back from 2-0 down. It hasn't been done for such a long time. The second is, look, if it's not been done, come, let's go and do it. Cricket has broken more records, reached more milestones in the last 5 or 6 years than ever before. I mean, we've got 800 wickets taken by somebody. We've got 100 hundreds scored by somebody. So we're discovering what is possible. But I think we need to be acutely aware that there's a reason England are 2-1 up, and which is over 3 test matches, they've still played the better cricket in spite of being disappointing in this test match.
Maybe some injury concerns heading towards Southampton, but Virat Kohli doesn't seem to mind. He thinks it's a nice time to have a week off, actually 8 days to be precise, and you can see it in his eyes when he talks to the cameras. Kohli thinks they're going to do this.
And he's got to believe it, because if the leader doesn't believe it, then the foot soldiers are not going to believe it, and the general's leading from the front. There's one thing about Virat Kohli, he's a fighter. He's almost waiting to take the battle into the opposition camp. So he'll be very, very positive, but he'll be buoyed by the fact that his bowlers are getting into form, but more than anything else, his batsmen are giving him runs. When he goes to Southampton, when he goes to Aegis Bowl for the start of that test match, if he's batting first, that is the thing he will want. If his openers can give him another 50-60 run start, then he'll think, right, we're back on track. But if India go to Southampton and are again 20 for 3, then well.
Well, maybe not. They've shown this week at Nottingham Trent Bridge the resilience they have in that squad. India win the Test match by 203 runs. A quick day 5 here, quick buzz at Stumps. Adam Collins and Harsha Bhogle. We will catch you at the Rose Bowl.
Before that,
here we go.
they always got a little twist in the tail. What has changed from Edgbaston to Lords to Trent Bridge? Halfway point in the series, the jacket has appeared on Adam Collins.
Just got to keep up appearances with this bloke.
No, you're the dude. I'm just the guy trying.
We'll catch you guys in Southampton.